Hey class, I'm going to do my best to walk you through the assignment for your final paper, where we kind of bring all of our concepts together as best we can, a capstone event, if you will. And we're going to do that by looking at a case study called "When a Good Team Goes Bad." It's about a group of folks who worked at a sewage treatment plant on Boston Harbor called Nut Island, and it's the Nut Island team that we're going to try to get our arms around. It's a very intriguing case. On one hand, you're going to be looking at them thinking, man, what a dream team they are. I think that's a term that they use in the write-up on them. But in the end, you make the call as to whether or not they succeeded in their mission, in their obligation to the citizens that lived around the bay, or whether they didn't. And so you're also going to try to understand and speak about what happened there. The very first thing you're going to do is you'll notice there's a thing called the 5 Dysfunctions Assessment. Probably should have laid this on you back when you were doing the book, but here we get a chance to apply it, so I think it might make more sense. And you're going to evaluate based on having read the case, and I would urge you to do that sooner rather than later, probably more than once, and highlight as you go through it. Fair bit of information to get your arms around. But as a kind of taking the role as a member of the team at Nut Island, I'd like you to make that assessment, and you'll score it that way. So that's what'll get you started. Second thing you're going to, and so share those results. There'll be 5 numbers for each of the 5 dysfunctions. I think it's numbers 3 through 9 you could score. And then in 2 or 3 paragraphs, I want you to describe the Nut Island team based on your assessment of them. So taking the 5 dysfunctions, what would you say about the Nut Island team in light of those 5 dysfunctions? Trust and conflict and commitment, accountability and results. How would you rated them, but talk about those things based and give examples from the case study. Just say, well, their commitment was bad. Well, what did you see in the, or maybe it was good, but what did you see specifically? Call out specifically what you saw in the case study. The next thing is that we're going to be using Levy, and another 2 or 3 paragraphs. And what I want you to do is to select 2 chapters out of the book. The example I give, chapter 3, which is team beginnings, and chapter 5, which is cooperation and competition. So I would again take a look and discuss the Nut Island team based on what they might have done better from what I learned in team beginnings. What are some of the things that I would see from that chapter that would apply or didn't apply and they should have used it, that kind of thing. Same thing with my chapter 5. Again, I just threw 2 out there. You pick 2 that you think that you could talk the best about the Nut Island team by applying those 2 chapters from Levy to the Nut Island team. And then I want you in 1 paragraph at the end, I want you to, by then you'll have to take the standout. You will have taken the standout assessment, and talk about how you might have used your standout skills, your standout talents, and how you might have helped positively impact any part of the dysfunction that you see in the Nut Island team. So kind of you stepping in as the wonder team member with these great standout skills. Where might have you, just pick one thing, you're only going to write a paragraph, what could you have helped with based on your standout profile? Okay, so that'll be it. We end up with, I don't know, 6, maybe 6, 7 paragraphs tops. It's not a long paper, but it's one where you're going to have read the case, really thought about this, and then applied both Lencioni's model and 2 chapters from Levy's book, applied that to this Nut Island team to try to explain what in the heck ended up happening to these folks. Okay, so have some fun with that, and I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing how that works out for you. Questions, email me, and actually use the discussion spot in the week 8 section. All right, so that's where we'll do it. That way everybody gets to see the questions and responses. All right, have fun.